So much more than a six-pack. What muscles really make up the core? The primary muscles are the rectus abdominis, erector spinae, internal and external obliques, transverse abdominis, multifidi, and the quadratus lumborum. The core is actually composed of as many as 35 different muscle groups connecting into the pelvis from the spine and hip area. Importance of core strength: increased balance and stability, keeps spine erect and hip bones in a neutral position, promotes better posture, acts as a shock absorber when participating in activities such as running or jumping, helps to minimize strain on joints and muscles, allows you to lift heavier weights, more efficient when playing sports, less chance of experiencing chronic back pain, makes everyday tasks such as bending over to tie your shoes or lift something from the floor easier and more manageable, bending, lifting, twisting, carrying, hammering, reaching overhead, even vacuuming, mopping, and dusting are acts that spring from or pass through the core. The stronger the core, the easier these activities will be. Extension and flexion. Which is best for you? First off, what is the difference? Check out the differences in the pictures between flexion and extension. It also depends. Do you look like any of these pictures? You may have an anterior pelvic tilt, a posterior pelvic tilt, or a forward shifted pelvis. And then the last picture shows the neutral pelvic tilt and balanced posture. If you have an anterior pelvic tilt, incorporating a few more flexion-based exercises could be beneficial. If you have a posterior pelvic tilt, incorporating a few more extension-based exercises could be beneficial. There's so much more at play here, so this is the simple answer. Incorporating all types of core movement will be the best solution. Your body was designed to move in a variety of ways, and this includes flexing and extending through your core and spine. If either flexing, extending, or both is challenging for you, chances are you should practice that movement. Figure out why it's difficult for you and improve. If either or both hurt you, stop and come see a Working Well staff member. We can help figure out the best exercises for you. Isometric and rotational movements will also be super important. Quality over quantity. This means that I would rather see you doing fewer reps or a shorter hold in a plank if the form is better. Core movements are extremely challenging, and you need to remember that your core is made up of several different muscles. Just like if you do a squat with bad form and won't reap all of the benefits and could hurt yourself, if you do core moves with bad form, you aren't really working your core anymore. If you want to get that nice core burn from high reps, use some type of modification for when your form starts to suffer, like putting your hands on the ground for assistance or bending your knees. Also, because your core is made up of so many different muscles, make sure to give it a rest. There's no need to do an intense core workout every day. Specific core work is great, but you also get a nice core workout from lifting. What is the best type of core workout? The answer? There isn't one. It 100% depends on your body mechanics, sport or activity of choice, fitness level, etc. Plus, there are so many effective core moves that you really can't choose just one. Try focusing on just a few different moves at a time. This way, you can work on improving your form, time, and number of reps each week. If you're always trying new things, your training might be more sporadic and you won't see improvements as quickly. Simple can be better. Are abs really made in the kitchen? No, unless you are doing core work in your kitchen, which is totally possible, and then yes, they would be. What this phrase means is that basically, if you are eating garbage, you will not see your abs. If you want a nice looking core, you're going to have to eat well in order to keep your body fat percentage low enough to see your core muscles. Just like any other muscle in your body, you won't be able to see them if you have excess fat. Doing 50 sit-ups a day will not magically make your stomach flat. Having a noticeably strong core requires putting in work in the fitness as well as the nutrition department. Core work 7 days a week with a decent diet will not be as beneficial as core work 2 to 4 days a week with a great one. There are so many foods out there that can cause bloating. For example, people who are sensitive to dairy and gluten will notice a significant change in their appearance when cutting out these foods. If you notice you stay bloated for long periods of time, maybe try switching up your diet. Add things, take things away, and see what works and doesn't work. Seeing all your hard work takes time. Just like anything, you won't notice a change right away. But with consistency in and out of the kitchen, your core will develop just like all of your other muscles. Calisthenics and body weight training. Believe it or not, you do not need heavy weights to train your core muscles. There are so many effective body weight exercises and movements when it comes to working your core. For instance, you have the low and high plank, alternating arm and legs, hollow rocks, V-ups, and Russian twists. Tools to make core work more challenging and fun. Now, once we've gotten a solid foundation of body weight training, we can add in the toys. If there are moves that you cannot perform correctly with no weight, do not try to fancify it. See some examples below. You can use gliders, a med ball, TRX, or resistance bands.